Yo guys, what is up? Today I am bringing you another draft analysis video, and this time it's not going to be for the GPC, because you've probably seen it. If you haven't, then I uploaded this earlier this week, so check that out in the description down below. But today there's a new challenge, and it is the SMD League, also known as Screw My Draft League, and it has been set up by Lars, aka L Scissor, coach of the Borussia Dortmund. He will be competing in this as well, of course. And he came up with this idea, and he asked me to join, and I was like, holy shit, of course I want to join, because this league has a little bit of a different edge to the league format, especially when the drafting type of thing, than a normal league like the GPC or GBA or PPL or whatever of the leagues there are right now. But yeah, basically quickly explaining what the SMD League is and why it is different from the GPC, for example. In this league, you don't pick your own ones. You get your picks assigned to you by the other coaches. So everyone is going to have a terrible draft. There are some limitations, of course. Basically, every month is based in tiers, so you don't get like a full PU lineup of months. But yeah, you've got a PU, NU, RU, UU, and OU. And yeah, every coach is going to assign you one Pokemon from those tiers. It's randomly ordered who assigns you what Pokemon or from what tier. You just get a Pokemon assigned. I mean. However, like I said, the point of the league is drafting shit teams for each other. Synergy should be terrible, weaknesses all over the place, and then just making it happen, trying to win with those teams, because everyone has probably a blatant weakness. So it's kind of fun to see how that's going to be abused and how people will potentially try to win even with those huge weaknesses on their team. So I'm not sure how it's going to play out. I have a little bit of an idea of what type of teams are going to be built, because you obviously cannot cover your weaknesses too well. So I think that most of the teams are going to be a lot more offensive than what you're used to. So that's my assumption from now, like beforehand, but it might be completely different throughout the season. I don't know exactly just yet, but you'll have to experience this with me and with the other coaches, which will have their links in the description down below, by the way, so definitely check those out after the video. And yeah, basically quickly going to go over who else is going to be in the league, because that's probably cool to know. And in the league, we will have, of course, Borussia Dortmund coach L Scissor. He was a GBA competitor this season, but he is probably on my channel more known for the GPC Season 1, as he was a champion from that season, and also was in GPC Season 2. Chris, coach of the Portland Timbers, also known as Togofor. He was a GPC analyst in Season 2. John, aka Pokemon, coach of the New Orleans Pelipers. Shroomraver, coach of the Parasec Germain. Shroomraver, Dave Shroomraver, that guy, yeah. Will, aka PS Macadi, coach of the Buffalo Bills in the GBA League. Nacho, aka Hero Crochet from the Texas Savage Stories from the GPC Season 1 and 2. Kino, like I said, coach of the FC Everton, was a coach in the GPC and in the PPL. Kelly, coach of the Baltimore Braviaries, coach in the PPL. And George, coach of the San Francisco 49ers. He was a finalist in the GBA from this season. At the point of recording this, the match is not uploaded, so I don't know if he's champion or if he's going to be the runner-up, but yeah, we'll see. However, I think I mentioned everyone. If I forgot, then fucking hell, I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm the last one, of course. Me, coach of the Cambuur Zygarden. I almost forgot myself. That would be tragic. And I'm going to quickly go over my team, because I don't want to make this video too long. I recorded this like a few minutes ago, and it turned out to be 19 minutes long, and that's a little bit too long, so I'm gonna try to keep it under 12-ish minutes. First up, I got assigned a UU-man, and this UU-man was Cloyster. It got assigned to me by Macadi. Basically, Cloyster has a few different options. It's usually very terrible, especially in UU. I dislike it very much in there. It's stereotypical for the low ladder, as most low ladder people just click Shell Smash first turn. However, I do think it can be a decent threat if I play it well and if I don't do the stereotypical first turn setup with Closer. But other options it has is spike stacking, anti-spike stacking. It can be a rapid spinner. It has decent bulk. It has, of course, a very bad typing for a defensive mon, but it can pull off some kind of shenanigans, which is why it is a decent mon. It's obviously the worst UE pick that was available because it was the first UE pick given away. So yeah, I was assigned Closer, but I'll take it. Closer has some usefulness, I think. Next up, I've been assigned. I've been assigned Abomasnow, which was an RU pick, since we were going by the I think the January stats from the OU and the UU Smoke on Tears thingy. So yeah, Abomasnow was RU back then. I got assigned RU, Abomasnow in RU by Nacho, but quickly at the end of the drop, they could drop one mon and get a replacement mon from the tier by the coach that picked the mon that you dropped. So Nacho had to pick a different mon for me because I dropped Abomasnow and I got Fletchinder in return. Fletchinder I honestly personally dislike because Fletchinder is ass. Talonflame is way better. Talonflame gets stuff like Brave Bird. It can be a banded Brave Bird, which something like Fletchinder cannot do. It can also not be. It's bulky, but it cannot perform the role as well as Talonflame can because I cannot run berries or whatever. I'm forced to run Eviolite. But yeah, it can still do a decent chunk to the opponent's team because it still has the Gale Wings ability, it still gets Sword Stance, it gets Acrobatics, it gets Will-O-Wisp, even though with the lackluster speed, I might not outspeed things guaranteed like Talonflame can. But yeah, I've got assigned Fletchinder, which I do think I can somewhat make use of. My NU pick, given to me by Pokemon, is Victory Bell. And Victory Bell is a mon that I've used in the past. It can be physical, it can be special, it is a great Sun sweeper. So I'm probably going to use it in that way. I don't think it can pull off the defensive rolls as well because it's not that bulky and it doesn't get recovery. So yeah, it's probably going to be offensive most of the times. But I'll use it in that way. And it's a great Sun Sweeper. So if I can pull some Sunny Day shenanigans off, then yeah, it can be really useful. It gets a good amount of coverage as well with Weather Ball, with Sledge Bomb, Solar Beam, Belch, Giga Drain, even though that's not coverage, that's just the same type of attacks. But you get the point. Next up, Piyomon is, I was given a Piyomon by Kino, and it's a Piyomon that I expected to get a worse Piyomon because Piyo had a very big portion of terrible mons. But I got assigned Glaceon because Glaceon adds to the, to my terrible synergy as, I basically throughout my whole draft, you will see that I have a bad matchup against Flying, Fire, and Rock. I've got one resist, I think, to Flying and Rock, and to Fire I don't think I have any resist. So yeah, but yeah, that's the whole point of the league, of course. But yeah, I've been assigned Glaceon for my PU pick by Kino. Glaceon has a very good special attack stat, so I do think I can somewhat make use of Glaceon. It is of course a terrible defensive typing, but it gets ways. It can be a Cleric. It gets some coverage in stuff like Water Pulse, although it's terrible, but still. So I do think I can somewhat make use of it, even though it's probably not going to come to most of my matches, but we'll see. Next up, I've been assigned a mon that I really love, and I didn't expect to get it. I mean, it's somewhat see why Shroomraver got me this pick, but holy shit, Shroom, what were you smoking? Because I've been assigned Mega Pinsir as my OU pick, and Mega Pinsir obviously adds to the terrible typing synergy on my team, to the Flying, Rock, and Fire. But I'm not sure, maybe I'm going to cut a clip from the previous thing in here, but basically I think that my team is going to be run very offensive, and I think all the teams are going to be run very offensive throughout the season, since you cannot patch all your weaknesses, so you have to be on the offense more often than not. And that's why Mega Pinsir is a fantastic pick to get, to be fair. Fair enough, OU has generally a lot of good mons. But Mega Pinsir is a mon that I honestly, I don't think I can leave it on the bench one game. So I'm glad I got Mega Pinsir. Thank you, Shroomraver. I love you, baby. Mega Pinsir is the only team. You all know what Mega Pinsir does. It's a sweeper. It's very hard hitting with the aerial late returns, or frustrations for that matter. Gets quick attack, gets fiend in case of Talonflames. Don't know if that's rough or not. I don't think so actually. It gets close combat, gets EQ, gets some coverage. It gets we don't have to make evolve first turn, so I can be some kind of mold breaker, stealth rocks variant. I can be Moxie. I can pull out the sweep that way. Yeah, you all should know what it does, and I think it's gonna be a massive win condition in most of my games. Next up, another OU mon I've been assigned, and this is actually my resist to flying and to rock, as I've been assigned Bishop by Chris, aka Togovor. Fair enough, it's a terrible pick for OU. OU has a lot of good mons, and you obviously want to give me the worst. However, I'm glad I got it because it does give me some kind of team synergy, so I do think I will rely on it heavily. Not just because it's an OU mon, but also because it just adds so much team synergy, so yeah. It has a quad weakness to fighting, which sucks. It also still weak to fire, which sucks. But yeah, I think I'm pretty happy to get it because I've never used it, and most people don't think it's worth the value that it's most often assigned in draft formats, and I agree with them. But I want to judge for myself how good it actually is. So this is my somewhat of a chance. It's a little bit biased, of course, a little bit weird to base it on this because it's of course a little bit different of a format with the terrible teams that everyone has. But yeah, I've been assigned Bishop, and I'm probably going to use it fairly well, I think. Next up is another PU mon. It's a terrible mon, and I'm not going to use it like at all, I think. I'm not even sure what it does. I mean, it's a Sun Sweeper in Sunflora, just as so you know. It got given to me by George, Septal MC. It's a terrible mon, but I'm gonna use it maybe one game. Let me know how you want me to use it because I don't see a way, honestly. Next up is a mon that I also really wanted to use sometime in a league format, and it's Auroras. As you probably know at this point, the picks do get a little bit better because the awful mons from the tiers have been gone in the previous 7 rounds. So there are decent mons left right now. And I've been given Auroras. I honestly like Auroras. I wanted to use it for a while. It gives me another huge weakness to fighting and shit, which is, my team is decently weak to it, except for Mega Pinsir and some of the other bug types I will get. I mean, I think I'll just get one more bug type, yeah. But yeah, Auroras, honestly, I like it. It gives me Hail, which is somewhat useful with my Cloister, Glaceon, and one more mon that I will get later on as a nice type. So I can spam Blizzards. It also abrupts opposing weather if I might need it. It gets Freeze Strike, gets Refrigerate, Hyper Voices. It can be, it gets like a decent amount of coverage. It can be an sweeper of some kind with the Rock Polish, and yeah, stuff like that. Not gonna reveal everything, but I do have high hopes for it to pull through in certain matchups. So Auroras is a pick that I think I'm gonna enjoy. My next mon is given to me by Kelly, aka Under the Radar YouTube, and it's Excelgor. And this is the bug type I was talking about. But Excelgor is a mon that I honestly really like. Especially, I mean, it's fair. It's another bug type. It adds to the weaknesses I have already. But like I said, I'm probably going to be running a very offensive team more often than not because I cannot patch my weaknesses. That's just too difficult to do. And I think most of my opponents will have the same mindset as I have. I'm not sure if it's actually going to turn out that way, of course. We'll see. However, Excelgor is one of those mons that can really benefit in that hyper offense type of style, as it's a great setup mon for spikes. It's also very speedy. Speed is always good in the format, so I can use it for very speedy type of mon. Excelgor is a mon that I kind of wanted to use as well in the league format, so thanks for getting it to me, Kelly. And my very last mon is another mon that honestly sets up spikes, and it's like a suicide lead, and it's Frostless. And Frostless is the Blizzard spammer I was talking about, at least potential Blizzard spam, since I don't think I will be running like the Focus as lead variant a lot. Maybe sometimes, of course, if the matchup requires it to, but I have high hopes for Frostless because I have found a few ways to make good use of it out of Frostless. So I'm hoping to show you that in the, I was going to say first week, but I'm not going to spoil if I'm going to use it the first week or not because my preparation isn't finished yet. So yeah, I cannot spoil you for that. But I have big plans for Frostless, and I'm really glad I got it because I like Frostless. I'm not sure how it does in the league format, to be fair. I've seen it used very few times, and it hasn't been too bad. I mean, it's not always been amazing, but yeah, I'm looking forward to using it and judging like for myself how it does. And yeah, for like ending this video off right now, let me know what you think of this team. If you agree on my analysis type of thing, because obviously I didn't draft the team myself, so it's a little bit difficult to talk about the team, as my mindset throughout the drafting isn't revealed, since I picked mons for my opponents, and I cannot spoil those picks just because like it's not on my team. So yeah, it's a little bit weird. But yeah, let me know what you think of this team, and if you think I got screwed over the most, or if you think someone else got screwed over the most, because in my honest opinion, I don't think I got the worst team at all, since Mega Pinsir, Auroras, Excelgor, Frustless, Bishop, I think those mons are really going to be a good asset in this format, and I think I can do some work with those mons. So yeah, let me know in the description down below. Also, if you like this video, then definitely leave a like, leave a comment down below about anything else you want to say, and see you for now.